Right now, we are framing a conventional 2x4 stick frame wall within the superstructure of this giant post and beam frame. So we need to make sure that when we frame this wall, we put it in a place where all of our materials, our materials are going to build out to the same plane, so that when we put our vertical wood siding or 1-inch thick cypress wood siding on, it's all going to plane in across this wall, all the way from that far end all the way through here. And this is a critical step because we've got a wedding in the end of October, and we've got to get this project as complete as we can by that time, so that they can have a wedding with power and water and flush toilets. That's going to be pretty key. We're pretty close to having a roof overhead, so that's a big advantage. And the next priority after that is getting this bathroom complete. And in order to have a working bathroom, we need power and water. So we're going to expedite this project and this process by getting the siding installed on this bathroom wall, so that we can install our meter main panel, in which case that will that's kind of the next step for the power company to trench from the pad mount transformer that we're using for our temporary saw service for construction power. They'll trench from that primary underground line and all the way to the building for our permanent service. But we need to have the finished siding on before we can mount that meter panel, and they can trench and pull their wire up to it. So this is a really big step for us framing these walls. We've been looking forward to this for weeks. This is a little bit different than a normal conventional stick-built frame, where we would lay all our studs out on the floor, build the wall on the floor, and stand it up, because we've already got a superstructure frame above us, and we've got a lot of plumbing in the way, so we can't really build it on the floor and stand it up because we're going to hit the ceiling. So we have to individually stick frame every stud in this wall, which is going to be a little bit more time consuming, but it's only a few walls, so I'm not too worried about it. X is where our 2x4 is going to go, and when we line this is the treated mud sill goes down on the concrete, and the regular 2x4 is the top plate at the top of the wall. We can mark them both at the same time and know that they are exactly in the same spot. So this saves us the hassle of laying this down, screwing to the floor, installing this up on top, and trying to plumb with the level to figure out where our layout is on the ceiling. We can mark them all in the same step. We have to pre-drill a hole that's just slightly smaller than the diameter of the shaft of the screw.
Are those called pilot holes?
Yeah, it's a pilot hole, and we're going to drill straight through the 2x4 and into the concrete. We go ahead and pre-drill a hole. This, obviously we have 1.5 inches of the 2x4 that's got to hold down, so our hole needs to be, about 3/4 of an inch longer than this, just to make sure that we've got it full depth. We can go too deep, and it's okay. If we don't drill far enough, then the screw will bottom out and it's not going to hold. If I drill all these holes right now, this plate that's all bowed is going to sit, it's going to actually be fastened where it lies. Now I'm going to try to straighten it out by driving a screw, adjusting it to that blue chalk line that we snapped. That's a straight line. Drill the next hole, screw it down, pull it in, drill the next one, and drive it in, and so forth down the wall. Fastened to the floor and the ceiling, we can measure each one of our studs and fit them in. Mark the direction they're crowned or bowed. I'm going to orient this arrow face out. And that way I know if I'm on this line, my stud comes out square. Sight down this 2x4 wall, it's actually really flat and straight because we crowned all of these studs in the same direction. This is the first time we've been here during the rain. We have cover now. This is amazing.
It hadn't rained since you guys put up some shelter or shade?
I mean, we just got this and that porch. That porch we finished yesterday. This one was last Thursday. So every time it rains like this, we gotta like scramble to put away all our tools, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, we can actually keep working. We want flush. We want super flush right here. So that
bathroom is going to be flush.
that's right. So that our drywall can attach smoothly and stay flat. We're ready to frame that exterior wall, and then we got 2 more partition walls, and we're going to be wrapping the framing on this bathroom up. So I'm pretty stoked. Once we get this done, we're going to have a whole lot more flexibility as to what we do and when we do it. So I am super stoked to be at this point and really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of the work week, so I'm really hoping that we can bust out the rest of these walls and start making some phone calls to get some of this stuff lined up, because we got a lot of stuff coming up. You know, after they trench power, they trench 36 inches deep in the ground. And then we've got a whole bunch of other trenches for our septic system, which these toilets flush into. And that pipe's only got to be 2 feet deep. So we've got layer upon layer upon layer, and it's a really critical set of steps that we've got to follow in order to kind of move smoothly through this whole process. If we jump ahead of ourselves and install our septic system before the power gets trenched, then we're going to have to hand dig around that electrical wire. Or we're going to have to, hand dig the electrical wire to get underneath all of the septic drain sewer pipe. So if we can do this in the right process, we're going to save ourselves time and actually stay on schedule. So we're trying to stay keenly focused on the process and scheduling so that we can get this project done in a timely manner. And so far, so good. We're on track. We're busting it out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Till the next one, peace out.